Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Medium Hanis. As for today, our group members would like to present about our business economic assessment. So, these are our group members, which is first is HAZWAN bin FADZIL. The second one is NOOR and AKMAL binti NOOR AZHAR. The third one is NOOR QISTINA binti ABDULLAH. The second last one is AISYAH SYAFIQAH binti BADRY. And the last one is me, Najali binti ABDUL. So before we will start to present about our assessment, did you guys know what is elasticity? Elasticity is the sensitivity of quantity demanded of or supply of a commodity in response to the change in factors related to that commodity. It can be useful tool for business to make crucial decisions like deciding the price of goods and service to maximize their profit. So for the question 1, the answer is, regarding to the report that stated the price will be in inelastic level. The inelastic level of demand for a good depends on several factors such as price of the good, purchase quality, and changes in taste. In simplest words, if the price decreases, the total revenues for the firm will be decreased. So, as the Chief Executive Officer, I will postpone my plan due to the price elasticity of demand is 0.65. It is because to prevent the firm to deal with the loss. So that's all for me, and I will pass this presentation to AKMAL.
Thank you, Najha. And for the question number 2, the answer is so much demand for envelope is inelastic. This is because the price of envelope is increased from RM3 ringgit to RM3 ringgit 756. Besides, it also shows that someone only can buy 8 boxes out of 10 boxes after the prices increase. The amount for the prices elasticity of demand also shows a sum of 0.8. This shows that a large percentage of good will only affect a small percentage of change in the quantity demanded. That's all for me. I will pass this presentation to Miss Aisha for the next question.
Thank you, Ain. And my name is AISYAH SYAFIQAH. And I will give the answer of question 3. Type the price demand for t-shirt 1.3 is in inelastic income elasticity. There is excess demand or shortage of t-shirts. This shortage will create upward pressure on the price level, and as a result, price start to rise, and when price start to rise, demand for t-shirts starts to decline and supply of t-shirts start to increase, and this process will continue until demand equals the supply of t-shirt and equilibrium price are reached. A normal good is a good that experiences an increase in its demand due to a rise in consumers' income. Normal goods include clothing like t-shirt. That's all from me. And I will pass to QISTINA.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Noor QISTINA binti ABDULLAH with student ID PMF 211306, and I'm going to explain the cross price elasticity. From the table, we can see that Coke and Pepsi are substitute goods for each other, as the cross price elasticities of demand of these two goods are greater than 0. When the price of Coke went up, more people switched to Pepsi. It can increase the sales of one good by increasing the price of the other. For Honda CR-V and petrol, these two goods are complements because the cross price of demand showing a number that is lower than 0. A price rise in one good caused the demand for both goods to fall. If the price fell for one complement, quantity demanded for both goods should increase. The demand for both goods should have in the same direction. Next, for the Tea Life and Bubble B, the two goods are substitutes as the cross price of demand is positive 1.23. We should expect to see consumers purchase more of one of these goods when the price of its substitutes increases. We can see that from row 4, the cross price of demand is positive 1.53, which tells us that butter and margarine are substitute goods for each other. When the price of margarine went up, more people switched to butter. Most people would not mind substituting butter to margarine. Imagine that the price of butter goes up. Since consumers are likely to prefer both equally, they would shift their consumption towards margarine, as margarine are now cheaper. For the last one, the table shows that the cross price of demand for motorcycle and helmet are negative 0.83, which means that the two goods are complements. When the two goods are complements, they experience joint demand. The demand of one good is linked to the demand for another good. Therefore, if a higher quantity is demanded of motorcycle, a higher quantity will also be demanded of helmet, and vice versa.
So for the question number 5 is, which four resorts have an inelastic supply and car have an elastic supply? Suppose that a rise in population doubles in the demand for both products. So for the first question is, what happened to the equilibrium price and quantity in each market? So the first for the first question, the answer is the equilibrium for car will be decreased and equilibrium for resort will not change. Equilibrium for car decrease because due to a rise of population. Next, the equilibrium for resort not change because quantity and price will be same although the population rise. For the second question is, which product experience a larger change in price? So the answer is the beachfront resort will be experience a larger in price change because of the increasing population. So this due to resort not being able to add quantity to make a profit. For the third question is, which product experience a larger change in quantity? So the answer is the car will experience a larger in quantity because it is elastic supply. Furthermore, the company can increase the quantity of the car at any time. So that's the answer for question number 5.